Eat more vegetables and you'll live longer, stay stronger. That's what our mothers told us. That's what we tell our grandchildren now, and in many ways, they were right. Vegetables do bring vitamins, fiber, and healing. But here's a truth we don't often hear. After the age of 60, not all vegetables treat the body kindly. In fact, some of the vegetables we proudly eat every day may slowly be draining our energy without us knowing. You see, as we age, our digestive system becomes slower, our joints more sensitive, our immune system more reactive, and some vegetables, while perfectly healthy for the young, can trigger inflammation, bloating, or even joint pain in older adults. Yet we rarely think the food on our plate could be the cause. Have you ever felt tired after a healthy lunch, or experienced stiffness in your knees despite eating clean? It might not be your age. It might be your vegetables. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to open a door, to offer you clarity, because not all vegetables are the enemy. In fact, there are some that gently reduce inflammation, support your heart, and even protect your memory. In this video, we'll uncover the 3 vegetables seniors should limit or avoid, and the 3 others that can become your silent allies in daily health. So stay with me. You may discover that a small change on your plate could bring big changes to your life. And if you've ever felt that eating healthy still left you tired or stiff, you're not imagining it. Let's explore what your body might be trying to tell you. Now think back to your recent lunch. Did it include tomatoes, potatoes, or bell peppers? They look harmless, bright, colorful, and fresh. But for some people after 60, these everyday vegetables may quietly be fueling joint pain. 1. Nightshade vegetables, hidden enemies of joints and muscles. Let's begin with a group of vegetables that are found in almost every kitchen, yet may be quietly causing discomfort in your joints, muscles, and even your mood. I'm talking about the nightshade family. This includes common favorites like tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, brinjal, and bell peppers. These vegetables are colorful, delicious, and often praised for their antioxidants and vitamins. And yes, for many people, they are completely fine. But for some seniors, especially those above 60, they may be contributing to inflammation without you even realizing it. So what's the problem? The nightshade family contains a naturally occurring chemical called solanine. This compound is part of the plant's natural defense system. It protects the plant from pests. But in humans, particularly those with sensitive immune systems or pre-existing inflammation, solanine can act as an irritant. It can disrupt nerve function, trigger inflammation, and worsen conditions like arthritis. You might not feel it after one meal, but over time, the effects build up. Achy knees, swollen fingers, morning stiffness, and the worst part, we often assume it's just aging. But what if it's not? Let me share the story of Mrs. Lata, a 67-year-old retired school teacher from Pune. She had been dealing with knee pain for over a year. Nothing helped, not even medication. She told me, "Doctor, I barely walk to the kitchen now. It feels like my knees are made of stone." We reviewed her diet. She was eating tomatoes and potatoes almost every day, sometimes twice a day. I suggested she remove all nightshades from her meals for just 3 weeks. No tomato chutney, no brinjal curry, no potato sabzi. She looked at me like I was mad. "How will I flavor my food?" she asked. But she agreed. Within 2 weeks, she called me. "I don't know what kind of magic this is, but I'm climbing stairs again." The inflammation in her joints had calmed. It wasn't magic. It was subtraction, removing what didn't serve her body anymore. This doesn't mean everyone needs to stop eating nightshades, but if you're experiencing unexplained joint or muscle pain, brain fog, or low energy after meals, numbness or tingling in the hands and feet. Whoa, then this group of vegetables may be worth reconsidering. The key here is bio-individuality. What nourishes one person may inflame another, and as we age, our tolerance can change. Foods that were fine at 40 may no longer be your allies at 70s. So, what can you do? Try a nightshade-free trial for 2 to 3 weeks. Cut out tomatoes, eggplants, potatoes, and bell peppers completely. Track how you feel. Keep a small health journal. Observe your sleep, pain levels, digestion, and energy. And here's something important. Don't just remove, replace. Instead of tomatoes, use cooked pumpkin or squash puree to thicken your curries. Instead of potato, try sweet potato or yam. Replace brinjal with zucchini or ridge gourd. For color and crunch, use radish, carrots, or steamed green beans. These are not sacrifices. They're invitations to discover new flavors and new levels of comfort. Now, what if you absolutely love tomatoes and potatoes? You may not have to give them up forever. Some seniors find they can tolerate small amounts occasionally, especially when cooked well and paired with anti-inflammatory herbs like turmeric, ginger, or fennel. But for those with arthritis, autoimmune conditions, or chronic joint pain, it's worth experimenting. Here's something many people don't realize. Inflammation doesn't always show up as swelling or pain. It can feel like brain fog, like waking up tired, like irritability, like poor digestion. Nightshades may not be bad, but for some bodies, they're simply no longer helpful. And that's okay. Your body is changing. Listening to it is not weakness, it's wisdom. Let's summarize. Nightshades include tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, bell peppers. They contain solanine, which can irritate joints and nerves. Symptoms may include joint pain, muscle stiffness, fatigue, numbness. Try removing them for 2-3 weeks and observe. Replace with nourishing alternatives and anti-inflammatory spices. Not everyone is affected, but for some, this shift can be life-changing. So tonight, as you prepare your meal, pause before adding that tomato or tossing in those potatoes. Ask yourself, does my body feel better with or without this? Your answer may surprise you. Coming up next, we'll explore another green that's often praised, but may be doing more harm than good when overcooked or overused. Stay with me. Your plate is becoming wiser every day. Since childhood, we've been taught the greener the better. Green vegetables cleanse and detox. But after 60, not all greens are friendly. Some, when eaten daily, can quietly cause kidney stones, bloating, and drain your energy. 2. Kangkong and spinach. When everyday greens weaken your legs. When we talk about healthy eating, leafy greens like spinach, palak, and kangkong, water spinach, are often seen as untouchable superfoods. From childhood, we are told, eat your greens. They're good for your blood, bones, and brain. And while this advice holds value, it's not the whole picture, especially for people over 60. Let me begin with a simple truth. After a certain age, your body no longer processes food the same way it did when you were younger. And that includes how it handles spinach and kangkong, 2 vegetables packed with nutrients, but also hidden risks. The hidden threat: oxalates. Spinach and kangkong are both naturally high in compounds called oxalates. Oxalates are not inherently harmful, but in large quantities, they can interfere with the body's ability to absorb minerals like calcium and magnesium. More concerningly, oxalates bind with calcium and can form crystals, which may deposit in the joints, blood vessels, and kidneys. What does that mean for seniors? Joint stiffness, leg cramps, muscle fatigue, kidney stones or discomfort, a persistent feeling of tired, heavy legs. These symptoms are often blamed on age, arthritis, or poor circulation. But for many people, the root cause is excessive oxalate intake, especially from foods like spinach and kangkong that are eaten too frequently and not prepared properly. A personal story, Mr. Ahmed's aches. Mr. Ahmed, a 70-year-old retired army officer from Hyderabad, came to me with a strange complaint. "Doctor, I'm still active, but my legs feel heavy all day. After climbing stairs, it's like I've run a marathon." Upon review, his diet was full of spinach, palak soup at lunch, saag paneer at dinner, and kangkong stir-fry twice a week. He had been told these were healthy, heart foods. But a urine test revealed high oxalate levels and early signs of kidney stress. We reduced spinach to twice a week, swapped in moringa and red amaranth, and taught him how to steam and season his greens properly. Within a month, he felt lighter, more energetic, and walked without pain. Common misconception: spinach sours strong blood. Spinach is high in non-heme iron. Unlike heme iron from meat or fish, non-heme iron is harder for the body to absorb, especially for older adults with reduced stomach acid. Even worse, the oxalates in spinach block iron absorption, so eating spinach to fight anemia may actually prevent your body from using the iron properly. That's why many elderly vegetarians struggle with low hemoglobin despite eating plenty of iron-rich greens. How to make greens safer for seniors. Knowledge makes all the difference. Here are key strategies. 1. Boil or steam spinach jash kangkong for 5 to 10 minutes. This significantly lowers oxalate levels. Discard the boiling water. 2. Add vitamin C. Squeeze lemon juice or add tomatoes to boost iron absorption. 3. Avoid dairy at the same time. Calcium binds with oxalates and can increase kidney stress. 4. Drink plenty of water. Helps flush out oxalates. 5. Limit frequency. 1 to 2 servings of high oxalate greens per week is safe for most seniors. 6. Choose safer alternatives. Moringa, drumstick leaves, amaranth, chaulai, fenugreek, methi, pumpkin leaves, or ridgegourd leaves are more gentle on the kidneys. A nutrient-boosting recipe: amaranth coconut stir-fry. 1 cup red amaranth leaves, 1/2 cup grated coconut, 1 TSP mustard seeds, 1 dry chili, 1 TSP coconut oil, a pinch of turmeric and salt. Heat oil, crackle mustard seeds and chili. Add amaranth, turmeric, and salt. Cook until soft. Add grated coconut at the end. It's rich in fiber, calcium, and supports both heart and muscle health. Digestion and oxalate sensitivity. Seniors with weak digestion, bloating, or slow metabolism often have poor gut microbiomes. The healthy bacteria that help break down oxalates may be missing due to past antibiotic use, poor diet, or age-related changes. That's why someone may eat spinach their entire life without problems and then suddenly struggle after age 60. You're not doing anything wrong. Your body is simply asking for a different rhythm. Kidney health matters. Chronic kidney disease is rising globally, especially in South Asia, and many early cases go unnoticed. A high oxalate diet adds pressure to the kidneys, especially if hydration is poor or salt intake is high. If you've had kidney stones, high creatinine levels, frequent urination at night, unexplained leg cramps. Then reducing spinach, beetroot, and kangkong may offer relief. Also, seniors who take diuretics or blood pressure medication may already have electrolyte imbalances. Adding oxalate-rich greens on top of that can worsen cramps and fatigue. Mental clarity and greens. Surprisingly, some patients report feeling more alert and energetic when they reduce oxalate intake. The theory is that better kidney and nerve function, combined with reduced inflammation, improves blood flow and brain chemistry. There's still more research to be done, but the clinical stories are compelling. Recap: eat green, but eat smart. Spinach and kangkong are rich in nutrients, but also high in oxalates. Oxalates can block mineral absorption and stress the kidneys and muscles. Seniors may feel leg cramps, heaviness, and fatigue as a result. Boiling, rotating greens, and pairing wisely can reduce risks. Moringa, amaranth, fenugreek, and pumpkin leaves are ideal alternatives. Always support digestion and hydration alongside greens. Age should not mean giving up green vegetables, but it does mean choosing them with care. Let food be your friend, not your hidden burden. In our next part, we'll explore cruciferous vegetables like kale, cabbage, and cauliflower. These too are superfoods, but they may quietly slow your thyroid if you're not careful. Let's keep going. Every meal is a new chance to nourish better. Here's a group of vegetables we often eat raw in salads or smoothies, but for those over 60, frequent raw intake can suppress thyroid function, leading to low energy, forgetfulness, and poor sleep. We're entering a very important part. Stay with me, because the final fruit at the end may be the natural key to living well, without relying on medication. 3. Cruciferous vegetables. Superfoods or silent disruptors for seniors. We all know the names: broccoli, kale, cabbage, cauliflower, radish, and Brussels sprouts. These are the famous cruciferous vegetables celebrated on health shows, in nutrition columns, and fitness blogs. But is more always better? Especially after the age of 60, your body handles even healthy foods differently. While cruciferous vegetables are nutritional powerhouses, they also carry hidden compounds that can quietly work against you, if you're not mindful. Let's explore both sides of the story, because food should nourish, not confuse. The glory of crucifers. What's so good about them? Cruciferous vegetables are loaded with fiber for digestive health and blood sugar balance, vitamin C, supporting the immune system, folate, crucial for brain and cell health, glucosinolates, unique plant chemicals that the body converts into sulforaphane, known to fight cancer and inflammation, antioxidants that protect your cells from age-related damage. They also support detoxification in the liver and help reduce the risk of chronic illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. No doubt, these vegetables are good, but only when used with wisdom. The thyroid disruption you didn't expect. Cruciferous vegetables contain goitrogens, natural compounds that interfere with iodine absorption in the thyroid gland. Your thyroid, though small, controls major body functions. Metabolism, energy levels, mood, body temperature, brain function. After age 60, your thyroid may already be slowing down due to age-related changes or medication. Add large, frequent servings of raw kale or cabbage, and things get worse. Here's the science. Goitrogens can block iodine, which your thyroid needs to make hormones. The result? Subclinical hypothyroidism, a condition where your thyroid isn't sick enough for medication, but isn't working optimally either. Real-life case. A gentle wake-up call. Mrs. Rani, 68, from Delhi, had always followed health trends. Green smoothies with raw kale, cabbage salads, even broccoli juice became part of her routine. After a year, she began feeling sluggish. Her hair was thinning, and her memory wasn't as sharp. But her blood work was mostly normal, except slightly elevated TSH, a thyroid marker. We discussed her diet. I asked her to steam instead of blending raw greens, rotate her vegetables, and increase iodine intake through eggs, iodized salt, and occasional seaweed. 3 months later, her energy was back. Her brain fog had lifted. It wasn't magic. It was just listening to her body. Signs you may be overloading goitrogens. Cold hands and feet, chronic fatigue, unexplained weight gain, poor concentration or brain fog, dry skin, brittle nails, mild depression or low mood. If you eat a lot of raw crucifers, like smoothies, salads, raw slaws, and have these symptoms, it's time to reflect. The digestive challenge. Raw isn't always right. After 60, digestive enzymes and stomach acid decline. Raw cruciferous vegetables, tough and fibrous, become difficult to break down. This can lead to gas, bloating, constipation, indigestion. Cooking helps. Light steaming or gentle sautéing not only makes crucifers easier to digest, but also reduces goitrogenic compounds by 30–50%. And it tastes better too. Oxalate risk, not just spinach. Did you know that some crucifers, like kale and broccoli, also contain oxalates? Yes, the same compound in spinach that can interfere with mineral absorption and contribute to kidney stones. 2. For seniors already eating spinach, beetroot and nuts, adding kale on top may quietly increase their oxalate burden. Again, the issue isn't the food. It's the total load and how it interacts with your kidneys, thyroid, and digestion. Best practices for cruciferous veggie consumption. 1. Cook them lightly. Steam, stir-fry, or roast for 3 to 5 minutes. Not too raw, not too soft. 2. Use warming spices. Ginger, turmeric, cumin, and ajwain improve digestion and reduce gas. 3. Avoid eating raw daily. Limit raw kale or cabbage smoothies to once or twice per week. 4. Include iodine-rich foods. Eggs, iodized salt, yogurt, and even occasional seaweed, like nori, support thyroid balance. 5. Don't pair with soy. Soy also has goitrogens. Avoid combining it with raw crucifers frequently. 6. Rotate your greens. Mix in non-crucifers like spinach, moringa, pumpkin leaves, and red amaranth. A simple healing dish. Broccoli, stir-fry with garlic and lemon. 1 cup broccoli flores, 1 tsp sesame oil or ghee, 2 garlic cloves, minced, pinch of turmeric, salt to taste, squeeze of lemon juice. Lightly saute garlic, add broccoli and turmeric, cook for 4 or 5 minutes. Add salt and lemon at the end. This dish supports digestion, reduces inflammation, and balances thyroid activity. The thyroid-heart connection in seniors. Thyroid function affects not just your energy, but also your heart rate, blood pressure, and cholesterol. Subtle thyroid imbalance from goitrogen overload can lead to slow heartbeat, high cholesterol, increased risk of heart disease. Many seniors are put on statins for cholesterol without checking if their thyroid might be the root cause. That's why it's essential to rethink your plate. Sometimes it's not about medicine, but the food behind it. A word about portion size. The dose makes the poison. 1 or 2 cups of cooked cabbage a few times a week. Good. Daily raw kale smoothies, plus cabbage slaw, plus cauliflower soup. Risky. Balance is everything. Recap. Honor your greens with wisdom. Cruciferous vegetables are rich in nutrients but may suppress thyroid if eaten raw too often. After 60, your digestion changes and cooking becomes more important. Goitrogens, plus low iodine, potential for thyroid slowdown. Rotate greens. Cook lightly. Add iodine. Support your gut. Listen to your body's signals. Fatigue, brain fog, coldness are messengers. Aging isn't about restrictions, it's about refinement. Your food doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be thoughtful. In our next section, we move from green to red, from cabbage to beetroot. This humble root may hold the secret to better blood flow, sharper thinking, and deeper energy. 1. Beetroot, the silent ally for blood, brain, and energy. Beetroot. It sits quietly in the vegetable basket, dark, humble, and often forgotten. But make no mistake, this earthy red root holds some of the most powerful tools for circulation, brain clarity, and muscular stamina, especially after the age of 60. Many people assume that to feel more energized, they need fancy supplements or stimulant drinks. But sometimes, what your body really needs is better blood flow, and beetroot may just be the answer. Let me explain why. The nitric oxide advantage. Beetroot is naturally high in dietary nitrates, compounds that your body converts into nitric oxide. This molecule acts like a gentle signal to your blood vessels, telling them to relax and widen. The result? Improved circulation, lower blood pressure, better oxygen delivery to muscles and the brain, reduced workload on the heart. For seniors, this translates to real-world benefits. Climbing stairs without gasping for breath, less leg fatigue during walks, sharper memory and mental clarity. Better sleep due to improved tissue oxygenation. I once told a patient, "You don't always need more medicine. You may just need more oxygen reaching your cells." Beetroot helps with exactly that. Real story, from breathless to balanced. Mr. Harish, 74, was an avid morning walker, but for months he had been cutting his walks short due to breathlessness and calf tightness. "It's like my legs lock up," he said. His heart tests were okay. Lungs, normal. Blood pressure, slightly elevated. We introduced 1-2 cup of lightly steamed beetroot with lunch and a small glass of beet-carrot ginger juice twice a week. Within a few weeks, he called me. "Doctor, I finished my full walk today. No tightness, no panting." That's the silent strength of beetroot. It doesn't shout, but it shows up. More than just circulation. Beetroot's benefits go far beyond blood flow. 1. Brain health. Improved blood flow to the brain can enhance cognitive function, focus, and even help delay age-related decline. 2. Exercise tolerance studies show beetroot juice helps older adults exercise longer with less fatigue by improving mitochondrial efficiency. your cell's energy factory. 3. Anti-inflammatory support. Beetroot contains betalains, pigments with powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. These help reduce chronic low-grade inflammation common in aging. 4. Liver detox support. Betalains also assist liver function, helping your body clear out waste more efficiently. 5. Gut-friendly fiber. The natural fiber in beetroot supports digestion, regularity, and healthy gut bacteria balance. A special note: anemia and fatigue. Many seniors struggle with low iron or poor energy levels. While beetroot isn't a rich source of iron, it stimulates the production of red blood cells and improves oxygen transport. So, when combined with iron-rich foods, like lentils or dates, and vitamin C, like lemon juice, it becomes a gentle tonic for those feeling tired all the time. But isn't beetroot high in sugar? Yes, beetroot is slightly sweet, but its glycemic index is moderate, and it releases sugars slowly. Plus, the fiber and nitrates help slow down absorption and regulate blood sugar response. Still, moderation is key, especially for people with diabetes or metabolic issues. Stick to 1 to 2 cup cooked beetroot per serving, or 100-120 ml fresh juice mixed with other veggies not on its own. 2 to 3 times per week is usually safe for most seniors. Beetroot for the heart. Several studies show that regular beetroot consumption can reduce systolic blood pressure by 4 per 10 mmHg. For many seniors, that's enough to reduce reliance on certain medications, or at least prevent needing more. And because nitric oxide also prevents platelet clumping, beetroot supports better circulation and lowers the risk of blood clots. Beetroot for the brain. A 2017 study from Wake Forest University found that older adults who drank beetroot juice before exercise had brain scans similar to younger individuals, showing better connectivity in regions related to movement and cognition. This combination of physical movement plus beetroot is now being explored in programs aimed at preventing dementia. How to use beetroot wisely. Here are gentle, effective ways to incorporate beetroot into your life. 1. Steam it lightly. Boiling too long destroys betalains. Steam 5-7 minutes max. 2. Pair with lemon juice. Boosts absorption of nutrients and cuts earthy taste. 3. Avoid canned beetroot. These often contain added sugars or vinegar. 4. Drink in combination. Mix beet with carrot, cucumber, and ginger. Avoid on empty stomach. 5. Use in soups. Add beetroot to dal, sambar, or vegetable broth. 6. Combine with healthy fats. A little olive oil or coconut helps absorb fat-soluble nutrients. Recipe: Brain Boost Beetroot Curry. 1 cup beetroot cubes. 2 onion chopped. 1 TSP mustard seeds. 1 clove garlic. A pinch of turmeric. Salt to taste. Coconut milk or yogurt to finish. Sauté onion, garlic, and mustard. Add beet cubes, turmeric, water. Simmer until soft. Stir in a bit of coconut milk. Serve warm. It's grounding, nourishing, and beautiful on the plate. Is it safe for everyone? Mostly, yes. But watch out if you have kidney stones. Beetroot contains oxalates. You're taking blood thinners. Check with your doctor. You have low blood pressure. Beetroot may lower it further. You notice pink urine or stool. Harmless, but common. Cultural wisdom meets modern science. Our grandmothers may not have known about nitric oxide, but they knew beetroot was good for the blood. Science now confirms this. That's why combining traditional knowledge with new research can lead to better health outcomes. Final thoughts on beetroot for seniors. Boosts blood flow, oxygen, and stamina. Supports memory, brain clarity, and mood. Reduces blood pressure and inflammation. Supports liver detox and gut health. Best consumed in moderation, cooked or lightly juiced. If your legs feel heavy, your brain feels foggy, your heart beats faster than it should, consider giving beetroot a chance. It won't change everything overnight. But over weeks, with patience and balance, it might just help your body remember how to feel strong again. And that's the goal, isn't it? Coming next, we shift from roots to microbes, fermented foods that may hold the secret to your gut health and immune resilience. Stick with me. The best lessons in aging well are still ahead. We have just explored how beetroot fuels blood and energy. But what about your immune system, the silent shield that protects you daily? Surprisingly, it begins in your gut. 2. Fermented foods, strengthening immunity from simple sources. Let's talk about something small, but mighty. In almost every Indian household, there's a humble jar sitting in the corner of the kitchen, sometimes bubbling slightly, with a tangy aroma that takes you back to your childhood. Maybe it's pickled mango, maybe it's a small bowl of curd set fresh each morning. Maybe it's kanji, a rice water drink your grandmother insisted would cool your body. These are fermented foods, tiny, living treasures that have been part of Indian tradition for generations. And for people over 60, they can be a quiet revolution for your health. So, what's the big deal about fermented foods? The gut immunity connection. After 60, many seniors experience issues like frequent colds or slow recovery, constipation or irregular digestion, poor sleep or low mood, food sensitivities, chronic fatigue. What many don't realize is that all these issues are connected by one thing: gut health. Inside your digestive system live trillions of bacteria, good ones and bad ones. When the good bacteria dominate, your body digests food better, absorbs nutrients more efficiently, and fights off illness with stronger immunity. But when the balance shifts due to age, medication, poor diet, or stress, problems begin. This is where fermented foods come in. Fermented foods are rich in probiotics, beneficial bacteria that help restore balance in your gut. Think of them as little warriors that rebuild your internal army. They crowd out bad bacteria, reduce inflammation, and support both digestion and defense. And the best part? They don't come in a pill. They come in your kitchen. Let me share the story of Mrs. Rekha, 74, from Lucknow. She used to have frequent bloating, poor appetite, and was constantly tired. She had tried all kinds of supplements, but nothing helped. We added 2 things to her routine: 2 tablespoons of homemade curd with lunch, and a small serving of fermented carrot beet kanji in the evening. Within a few weeks, she reported less gas, better mood, and even her sleep improved. What counts as fermented food? You don't need anything fancy. Here are some Indian-friendly, age-friendly options. Curd, dahi, rich in lactobacillus, supports digestion, bone health, and immunity. Buttermilk, chas, cooling, hydrating, and gentle on the stomach. Pickled vegetables, carrots, lemons, amla, Indian gooseberry, in salt water or mustard. Kanji, a fermented drink made from black carrots or beets with mustard seeds. Homemade vinegar or fermented rice water, excellent for gut repair. Fermented dosa idli batter, naturally cultured with friendly bacteria. Benefits of fermented foods for seniors. 1. Improved digestion helps reduce bloating, constipation, and acid reflux by increasing enzyme and probiotic activity. 2. Stronger immunity. Around 70% of your immune cells live in the gut. A healthier gut means faster recovery from illness and better protection. 3. Better mood and sleep. The gut produces serotonin, the happy hormone. A balanced microbiome supports emotional well-being and restful sleep. 4. Improved nutrient absorption. Fermentation unlocks more vitamins, especially B vitamins, calcium, and magnesium. This helps fight fatigue and bone loss. 5. Reduced inflammation. Chronic inflammation is linked to arthritis, heart disease, and memory loss. Probiotics can help calm that fire. How to introduce fermented foods safely. Start small. You don't need a plate full of pickles or a glass of sour kanji at once. Begin with 2 TBSP curd with lunch, half glass of chas in the afternoon, 1 spoon of pickle with warm khichdi, 1/4 cup kanji before dinner. Let your gut adjust. Within days, you may notice lighter digestion, improved appetite, and better bowel movements. But be careful of store-bought versions. Many commercial pickles and curds are full of preservatives, excess salt, or sugar. Always choose homemade or minimally processed options when possible. Also, avoid fermented foods during active gut infections or if your doctor advises a low-bacteria diet. A simple recipe: beetroot carrot kanji. 1 medium carrot, julienne. 1 small beetroot, julienne. 1 TSP mustard powder, salt to taste. 4 cups of filtered water. Combine all ingredients in a glass jar. Cover with a muslin cloth. Leave it in the sun for 3 days. Stir daily. Once it tastes mildly tangy, refrigerate. Drink 1/4 to 1 to 2 cup daily. This drink supports your digestion, gives your body natural probiotics, and even improves skin health. A note on fear of sour foods. Many elders avoid fermented foods thinking they may upset their stomach or raise acidity. But in reality, these foods often reduce acid reflux by balancing gut pH. Just introduce them slowly and always with food, not on an empty stomach. Real-life results. My patient, Uncle Rajan, 78, once told me, "Doctor, I used to eat the most expensive food but still felt weak. Now I eat simple curd and pickle, and I feel alive again." Fermented foods don't cost much, but their value is immense. They don't just strengthen your gut, they retrain your body to respond better to food, improve your resilience, and restore something that medicine often cannot: your natural rhythm. Let's recap. Fermented foods restore gut balance and boost immunity. They support digestion, mood, sleep, and nutrient absorption. Ideal fermented foods for Indian seniors include curd, kanji, chas, pickled amla, and dosa batter. Start small. Homemade is best. Avoid overly salted, sugary, or artificial versions. Benefits grow over time, gentle but powerful. You don't need imported supplements. You need knowledge passed down through generations. Your grandparents didn't call it gut health. They just knew that a spoonful of fermented food each day kept illness away. As we wrap up, I invite you to look at your plate again. The answers to better aging, clearer thinking, and deeper energy may not lie in new medicines, but in old, simple food wisdom. In the final part of this series, we bring it all together. One simple principle to help you eat not just for survival, but for vibrancy, clarity, and joy in every season of life. Stay with me. We're almost home. 3 carrots, the humble root with extraordinary power. When people think of superfoods, they often imagine something exotic. Berries from distant lands, rare seeds, or trendy green powders. But sometimes, the most powerful healing tools are sitting quietly in your kitchen. One of them? The humble carrot. Bright orange, crunchy, and affordable. Carrots are so common that they are often overlooked. But beneath their simplicity lies a treasure of nourishment, especially for people over the age of 60. Carrots are not just good for the eyes, as we were told as children. Their benefits stretch far beyond vision. They touch nearly every system in your body: skin, gut, immunity, liver, and even sugar cravings. Let's take a deeper look at why carrots deserve a daily place on your plate, and how you can enjoy them in ways that nourish gently, not just fill the belly. Beta-carotene, the body's natural antioxidant armor. Carrots are one of the richest sources of beta-carotene, a pigment that gives them their bright orange color. In the body, beta-carotene is converted into vitamin A, a nutrient essential for healthy eyesight, smooth, supple skin, a strong immune system, proper gut lining function, efficient liver detoxification. Vitamin A also plays a role in cellular repair, something especially important as we age and our body's regenerative processes slow down. Real-life example: sharper eyes and a calmer gut. Mr. Bhaskar, 71, a retired accountant from Pune, used to complain about dry eyes, frequent bloating, and sugar cravings after meals. He wasn't fond of carrots, believing they were too sweet. I suggested a simple change: carrot ginger soup every evening, just half a bowl. Within 3 weeks, he noticed fewer cravings at night. His digestion improved, and his eyes no longer burned after reading. "It's not just the soup," he told me one day. "It's like my stomach feels more settled." That's what makes carrots so unique. They don't just support one organ, they work in quiet harmony with many. Why seniors should care about beta-carotene. As we age, our body becomes more vulnerable to oxidative stress, a condition where free radicals damage our cells. This contributes to premature skin aging, memory loss, weakened immune function, slower healing, chronic inflammation. Beta-carotene acts like a sponge, neutralizing free radicals before they can cause harm, and because it's fat-soluble, even small amounts build up over time and offer lasting protection. Carrots and sugar cravings, a surprising link. One fascinating aspect of carrots is their ability to help reduce sugar cravings. Here's how. Carrots have a natural sweetness, but their sugars are released slowly thanks to fiber. Their beta-carotene supports blood sugar regulation and reduces sudden drops that cause cravings. The act of chewing crunchy carrots stimulates satiety signals in the brain. This makes them an excellent choice for seniors who are trying to cut down on processed sweets but still want a satisfying end to a meal. Digestive healing with carrots. Carrots are gentle on the digestive system. They contain soluble fiber that soothes the gut lining, feeds beneficial bacteria, prevents constipation, helps regulate bowel movements. The combination of fiber and anti-inflammatory compounds makes carrots a top choice for seniors with acid reflux, gas and bloating, diverticulitis, IBS or sensitive stomachs. Skin and liver support. Vitamin A plays a crucial role in skin regeneration. Seniors who eat carrots regularly often notice softer skin, reduced dryness, better wound healing, less flaking or itching. Carrots also support liver health, helping the body detoxify and process medications more efficiently. This is particularly important for older adults on multiple prescriptions. Best ways to eat carrots after 60. Not all carrot preparations are equal. Here's how to get the most benefit. 1. Steam or lightly cook. Softens fiber, increases beta-carotene absorption. Combine with healthy fat. Vitamin A needs fat to absorb. Add a drop of ghee, coconut oil, or sesame oil. 3. Avoid eating raw in excess. Raw carrots are healthy, but too many can cause bloating or gas in sensitive stomachs. 4. Pair with warming spices. Ginger, cumin, cinnamon, and turmeric enhance digestion and blood flow. 5. Use in soups or porridges. Easy to digest and comforting in the evenings. A comforting carrot-ginger soup recipe. 2 medium carrots, sliced, 1-inch ginger, chopped, 1 tsp ghee or coconut oil, a pinch of turmeric, salt to taste, 2 cups water or vegetable broth. Sauté ginger in ghee, add carrots and turmeric, pour water and simmer for 15 minutes. Blend until smooth. Sip slowly. It calms the stomach, satisfies light hunger, and supports liver function. Are carrots safe for diabetics? Yes, but in moderation. Despite their natural sweetness, carrots have a low glycemic load. Their fiber slows down sugar release, making them a safe vegetable even for people managing blood sugar. In fact, adding a small portion of steamed carrots with dal or roti can help seniors feel full longer and avoid spikes in blood sugar from refined carbs. Emotional connection. Food that feels like care. Carrots bring comfort. Their warm color, gentle texture, and slight sweetness feel nurturing, especially when served warm in soups or soft sabzis. Many seniors who feel isolated or anxious find comfort in such foods. Eating becomes more than fuel. It becomes emotional nourishment. Carrot dishes remind us of childhood, simplicity, and kindness. That matters, because mental health is just as vital as physical strength. Recap: why carrots belong on your plate. Rich in beta-carotene, vitamin A, better eyes, skin, immunity, and gut. Help reduce sugar cravings and regulate blood sugar. Support liver detox and inflammation control. Gentle on digestion and encourage regularity. Easy to prepare and emotionally comforting. They are affordable, accessible, and available in every Indian kitchen. A final thought. In a world full of superfood trends and expensive supplements, the carrot reminds us that sometimes the best medicine is also the simplest. A bowl of carrot soup, a handful of steamed slices with cumin, a fresh chutney with ginger and lemon. These aren't just recipes, they're quiet rituals of self-respect. So the next time you reach into the vegetable basket, give this humble root the honor it deserves. Because caring for your health doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to be consistent, gentle, and wise. Coming next, we'll bring everything together. How your food choices form a circle of protection around your heart, memory, muscles, and mood. Don't miss the final chapter in our journey to age with energy and ease. We've come a long way together in this journey, through vibrant fruits, powerful greens, hidden risks, and gentle medicines disguised as food. If there's one message I hope you take away, it's this. After 60, your body speaks a different language, and food, simple, humble, everyday food, is your most fluent translator. Aging doesn't mean giving up. It means shifting how you nourish yourself. You don't need miracle powders or trendy diets. You need understanding of your digestion, your energy, your needs, and how they evolve over time. Let's take a moment to remember what we've explored. You learned how nightshades, like tomatoes and eggplants, may cause joint pain in some seniors. You discovered that spinach and kangkong, when overused, can strain the kidneys due to high oxalate levels. We talked about cruciferous vegetables like raw kale and cabbage, and how they may disrupt thyroid function if not cooked properly. You found the quiet power of beetroot, gently improving circulation, oxygen, and stamina, without overwhelming the body. And just now, you met the tiny warriors inside fermented foods, curd, kanji, pickles, rebuilding your gut and immunity from within. Each of these stories has one thing in common. Food can either fuel your decline or empower your vitality. The choice is in the details. Not just what you eat, but how often, when, and with what understanding. Here's the truth many forget. The healthiest food in the world means nothing if it's not right for your current body. Your digestion is slower. Your nutrient absorption is more selective. Your immune system is more delicate. But none of this makes you weak. It makes you wise. You've lived a lifetime learning, adjusting, giving, and growing. Now, in this chapter, your food should honor that. So what can you do? Start by listening. Pay attention to how you feel after certain meals. Keep a small notebook for 7 days. Track your energy, mood, digestion, sleep. You'll begin to notice patterns. Does raw cabbage leave you bloated? Do you sleep better after a warm bowl of curried beetroot? Does a spoon of homemade pickle help your afternoon fatigue? Your body remembers. It speaks softly. You just need to tune in. Then, make small changes. Cook your greens gently. Rotate your vegetables. Add one fermented food daily. Drink water between meals, not with them. Choose warm over cold, simple over fancy, nourishing over fashionable. These aren't restrictions, they are freedoms. Freedoms to feel better, to move with ease, to wake up rested, and to walk into each day not as a burden, but as a blessing. And here's my promise to you. Aging well is possible. It's not about having perfect health. It's about building a partnership with your body, rooted in patience, respect, and gentle curiosity. There's an old Ayurvedic saying, "Food taken in proper quantity and manner becomes nectar. The same food taken in ignorance becomes poison. Let your meals be your medicine, not by force, but by wisdom. As we close this video, I invite you to look at your next meal not as routine, but as renewal. Share this journey with someone you care about. Leave a comment. What is one food you're ready to change or embrace? And if this video spoke to you, please like, subscribe, and stay with us. This is just the beginning of a more vibrant, more peaceful, more joyful chapter of your life. You're not too old, and it's never too late. Your health is still listening. Your story is still unfolding, and your food is still your most faithful companion. Thank you for trusting me on this path. I'm Dr. Arjun Mehra. Until next time, eat well, live gently, and age with power.